ESPN Sports.
Yeah, hey, Zach. Zach, a question before I hit talk back.
Welcome, folks, to Tomahawk Stadium. This is Rob Young bringing you live action on a Friday night here with the Lady Braves taking on the Lady Stingers of Seven Hills. I'll be flying solo tonight. Our starters for the Braves are going to be Catherine Sanders, Allison McMillan, Kate Yamaguchi, Stephanie Trainer, Lily Lance, Alexander Locke, Yasmin Sabin, Bailey Bather. The Braves come into this match tonight 14-3. They've taken on 13 Division I teams and have beaten 10 of them. They are ranked second in the state behind Columbus DeSales in Division II, and they're ranked 7th overall. As we get ready here for the national anthem, give you a little information on our Seven Hills team tonight. They are come into this match 4-11, ranked 22nd in Division II and 45th overall. Our officials tonight are Jessica Bouget, Chris Hoffman, and Mark Loft. Tessa Robinson starting for the Stingers. Number 4, Grace Greenwald. Rosie DeWitt, number 7. Ava Romel. 22, Olivia Bell Mayfield. Number 26, 36, Paige Haggerty. Number 12, Emily Raw. Many of these teams in the state will bring up their JV to play. It looks like Seven Hills is going to have number 26. I do not have her name. She's a JV player that's playing up tonight. And Haggerty will be in goal for the Seven Hills. Senior Catherine Sanders, number 4, is the captain of this team. She will be leading the Braves on the second game of this state tournament. This should be an easy game. It's a rainy night here at Braves Stadium. Also starting for the Braves is number 7, Allison McMillan, number 8, Kate Yamaguchi, number 10, Stephanie Trainer, number 11, Lily Lance, number 22, Beatrice Fries, number 30, Bailey Bathalter, and number 39, Yasmin Shabin. And in goal for the Braves, the stalwart goalkeeper for the Braves having a stellar year, number 44, Ali Locke. We're going to take a short break here for the national anthem. Well, folks, I'm Rob Young, televising live from Tomahawk Stadium, the Indian Hill Braves ladies taking on the Seven Hills Stingers in round 2 of the lacrosse state playoffs. The Braves come into this game 14-3. The Stingers come in 4-11. The Braves have very decisive wins against big powerhouse D1 teams such as St. Ursula. They also beat Lakota East. They beat Olentangy Orange. Their only losses this season were to Division I teams, which are schools much bigger than the Braves, and number 2 ranked Sycamore was their biggest loss at 3-12 was that game. They had a tight loss to Ursuline Academy, who's ranked 10th in the state, and the Braves come into this match ranked 7th overall of all women's lacrosse programs in the state of Ohio, and ranked 2nd in the state in Division II. This team's been anchored all season by Ali Locke in the goal and led by Catherine Sanders, the captain, and 6 other seniors who come into this game looking to avenge a state loss last year in the championship game. This is the 3rd year for Katie Post leading the Braves. She has a winning record. She took this team last year to the state finals. It was a surprise to the girls. They came back and have built on that season last year as we have our first draw of the night. Number 30 for the Braves, taking the draw, was Bailey Bathover. Braves take control, have it in their offensive end. You're going to see these Brave ladies move the ball very quickly, looking for open space, and there's the cutter into the goal, and a great save by the Seven Hills goalie. Ball out on the left wing of the goal. Number 14 for the Braves, Robin Schumacher. Loose ball. The Braves are going to pick that ball up by number 4, Catherine Sanders. Braves running a set play here. As Sanders dodges through, takes a shot and scores as the Braves go up quickly with 23:56 left, 1-0. So for you folks that are, look, here comes the replay of Sanders' goal. You'll see she dodges past her defender on the left side and comes in quickly, shooting over top of a defender and over the top right shoulder of the goalkeeper. Taking the draw is Bailey Bathower again. And number 8, Claire Stewart. A former Indian Hill Middle School player, and it will be a Braves possession. Spouthauer brings it up, passing it off quickly into their attack zone. Sanders to Lily Lance, and Lily Lance is going to draw a penalty, and we'll have what it appears to be a free shot coming from the 8-meter line. You'll see the Seven Hills players collapse on her, and she shoots and scores. The Braves go up quickly with 23 minutes left, 2-0. Yeah. So a couple differences that you'll see here in women's lacrosse compared to men's lacrosse is obviously the free shot. Here comes the replay of Lily Lance's free shot goal. Just a quick release over the top right shoulder of the goalie. Taking the draw again for the Braves is Bailey Balthauer, who is a junior, so she'll be back next year. She's had a great season, been one of the stars on this team this year, going against Claire Stewart again for the Seven Hills Stingers. Braves take possession again, get it quickly down in their attack zone. That's number 8. Katie Yamaguchi coming in, takes a shot. Loose ball quickly. It's going to be a in the sphere violation on number 1. It'll be another free shot for the Braves. One of the things that you'll notice when the Braves play teams of equal talent, this game is very smooth and moves very quickly. When there's a disparity against talent, there's a lot of penalties called, a lot of stop play, shot, and that's blocked by the goalie. But the Braves maintain possession with the ball right now is Lily Lance up top, getting her offense set. She dodges past one, goes through traffic, pulls it back out, gets it over to Katie Yamaguchi, who loses control of the ball. Balthauer picks it up to retain possession for the Braves. She dishes it off to number 29, Elizabeth Reinhold. Sorry, that's Rabinol, known as Ellie Rabinol. Rabinol coming in, takes a shot and scores. So Rabinol gets a score as a freshman in the second round of the state championship with a great dodge through 2 players and a great shot past the goalie. As we get the replay fired up here for you. See, it comes out from Sanders to Rabinol, gets past number 19 on the left side of the goal, and she fires right past the left shoulder of the goalie off stick. So Balthauer is going to take another draw for the Braves against Claire Stewart for the Stingers again. See if she can get another control of the ball here as the ball's up in the air. And the Braves take possession again, quickly getting it into the attack zone. They're bringing the ball down quickly. Lose control of it is number 8, Katie Yamaguchi, who quickly retains it and pulls it back out past the 14-meter to number 18, Brianna Horton. Horton with the dodge, looking for a dish off to her teammate behind the cage. That goal line extended. To Sanders, who quickly comes around. I'm sorry, that's not Sanders. That's Katie Yamaguchi, who dishes it out to Horton. Horton looking to set up the offense as the Braves pull outside the attack zone. Horton quickly gets stopped, dishes it off to Balthauer, who dodges in, shoots, and scores. But there's a whistle before the shot. So Bathauer is going to have a free position shot here on the goalie from the 8-meter line. And she scores. So Bailey Bathauer with a score to bring it to 4-0 with 19:59, and we'll have this replay for you. Folks, it's a rainy night here at Tomahawk Stadium. These girls are getting wet. Their sticks are going to get sloppy very quickly as it's hard to retain that ball. So she just brings it right through the defense and shoots it right low on stick side. The goalie doesn't see it coming. So Bailey will take the draw for the Braves again. This time for the Stingers is number 25, CC Rawl, a sophomore. And we'll have a redraw here. Bathauer pops it up, and you'll see it's getting a little harder to get that ball up into the air with the wet conditions that we're facing. Number 4, Sanders with the ball, brings it down into the attack zone, quickly gets it to number 14, Robin Schumacher, who brings it behind goal line, extended, dodges and shoots. That's a beautiful shot by Schumacher with a face dodge behind goal line extended to get back around and shoot it right past the goalie. Here comes your replay on that one. Right on the crease as she fires it past the goalie. So the Braves are up 5-0 with 19:21 left here in the first half. It is a running clock except when the score. Call this one off again. Yamaguchi to Sanders. Sanders bringing it around behind goal line extended to Georgia Kennedy in the game now for the Braves. Kennedy back over to Sanders. Sanders looking to dodge. She gets past her defender and fires and rips it in. 6-0 as the Braves go up with 18:16. So a little information on the tournament for you folks tonight. The Ohio State playoff system works this way. The teams are ranked from 1 to whatever number is the last team. The number 1 seed gets to choose where on the bracket they go, and then the number 2, then the number 3, and so on and so forth. It doesn't always work out that here comes the replay. Sanders with the dodge as we go to live action as it goes into the net. And the Braves get another draw possession. As Bathauer is batting 1,000 tonight on the draw. Ravenel at X for the Braves. She's coming around the crease, quickly dishes it off to Katie Yamaguchi, who's looking to bring it around the top. Who gets it to Bathauer, who's quickly on the move, looking to feed it inside to Ravenel. Ravenel gets past her defender, looking for an open person, brings it back out to Robin Schumacher, who quickly brings it back around the top as she's being guarded by number 19 for the Stingers, Ava Romel. Dishes it inside to Bathauer, who shoots and misses, but the Braves back it up. Nope. Backed up by the Braves as, nope, backed up by the goalie. It'll be Seven Hills ball, so the Braves will be in a defensive ride here, trying to prevent the clear by the Seven Hills goalie, who gets it out to number 11 but loses possession. And the Braves are going to try to get it as they retain possession. Great ground ball by number 18, Ryan Horton, who quickly comes down into the attack zone looking for an open player. Dishes it off to Georgia Kennedy. Kennedy to Sanders. Sanders to Ravenel. Ravenel looking for the cutter. Brings it back up top. Dishes it off to Bathauer, who's bringing it around. No cutters. Yamaguchi gets it to Kennedy, who doesn't have a clear shot. Dishes it back out to Bathauer, to Ravenel, who's looking for the dodge. Gets past their defenders. Brings it around behind the cage to X. And gives it to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi brings it around the right-hand side. Missed pass by Yamaguchi to Lily Lance, but quickly picked up by Bathauer on the ground ball, who gets it off to Schumacher. Schumacher to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi to Lance. Lance looking to dodge off of her defender, and a screen off of. Gets it to Sanders. Sanders to Ravenel. Ravenel pulls it back out. Dumps it down to this is a play I haven't seen since boys middle school lacrosse. The old arrow as they're coming in, and quickly to Ravenel, who doesn't handle the pass. Ball's on the ground, but Ravenel picks up the ground ball. The Braves will try to reset this play. Back up top to Lily Lance. Lily Lance looking to dodge past her defender to Bathauer. To Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi down to Sanders. Sanders to Schumacher. Schumacher will bring it around the right side, bringing it up past goal line extended, and dishes it off to Sanders. Sanders to Ravenel, who's now on top. Ravenel looks for the cutter, who doesn't get clean. To Kennedy. Kennedy on the right side, dishes it. And that's going to be Braves ball. So restart for the Braves will be Lily Lance. As you'll see, the defender has to be 5 yards off of her. Everybody else holds their position till the whistle. Quickly off into Bathauer, who shoots and scores. So an assist for Lily Lance off the restart to Bathauer as we get this replay fired up for you. Great assist by Lily Lance. So taking the draw this time, here comes the replay. You'll see. Sorry, we didn't get that one for you, folks. Taking the draw this time for the Braves is going to be Georgia Kennedy. Facing, I believe it's Claire Stewart again. Kennedy, as the Braves win possession again and get it quickly up into their attack zone. Ravenel has the ball. She's coming down quick. I'm sorry, that's Schumacher with the ball right now as she comes down the left side. Down past goal line extended. Dishes it back out to Sanders, who gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy to Lance. Lance to Horton. Horton brings it back up to the middle as she goes against her two defenders. Schumacher to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi back to Schumacher. As the Braves are looking to set up an offense here, you got number 12 in for the Braves, Sarah Price. Price dishes it off to Sanders, this senior captain, who gets it down to Yamaguchi, who gets it to Horton, who comes around all the way, pulls it back out, gets it to Schumacher, who brings it back up top to Lily Lance. As she uses a wall, dodges pass, shoots and misses. The Braves will back that shot up. So not a lot of action for our defensive end of the field tonight, as you see the alley lock down in goal, standing there wanting to see probably a little bit of action, especially when it's rainy like this. It's not fun to stand there all night. The Braves have dominated the possession of this game and quickly move it around up top to Horton. Horton gets it to switches positions with Sanders and brings it over to Lance, who comes back up to the middle. Lance is going to look to dish it off to Schumacher. Schumacher gives it back to Lance. Lance to Schumacher. Schumacher shoots. Saved by the keeper, but quickly picked up by Lance. Another save by the keeper. As Seven Hills is going to try to get an offensive possession going here. The Braves are fighting for the ground ball, and that ball will belong to Lily Lance as she brings it back into the attack zone of the Braves. Out to Yamaguchi. So two great saves by the Seven Hills goalie to keep this score at a 7-0 with just a little over 10 minutes. Kennedy behind Cage gets it over to Schumacher. Schumacher on the left side dishes it off to Lance, who shoots and scores on a laser beam drive. That'll be a great replay if we've got it for you folks. No replay. So with 10:37, the Braves are up 8-0. The rain is not letting up here. The temperature is falling, and the Braves are looking to move on to the third round of the playoffs. Taking the draw. In the boys' game, we call it a face-off. In the girls' game, it's called a draw. But much like the boys' game, you'll see two players outside the circle for both teams, known as the wings. So you got Bailey, and it looks like Horton as your wings, and Georgia Kennedy wins the draw by herself, gets it down to Yamaguchi, who brings it out to the 14 meter back to Kennedy. Kennedy to Horton, Horton to Bathauer. Bathauer to Yamaguchi. To Sarah Price. Price to Kennedy. Sorry, that was Price to Sanders to Schumacher. Yamaguchi dishes it off to Schumacher. Schumacher brings it all the way up to the top, gets it to Kennedy, who will reset this offense. Runs it past Bathauer, tries to dump it off to Horton. And this ball is going to belong to the Braves again. On the restart here, you'll see Horton get it down to Sanders at X. who's looking to set the offense here. Looks like we're playing an unbalanced offense here. Horton gives it to Price, who scores the 9th goal of the night. And here comes the replay for you. And Sarah Price is just a junior, so she'll be back next year. So the Braves are led by 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a couple freshmen. Coach Post has a great group of girls on the sideline that she can quickly bring in. So taking the draw for the Braves is, I think, Georgia Kennedy again. And Horton takes control of the draw for the Braves as they bring it quickly down into the attack zone, not letting up on the gas pedal at all. As Sander brings it inside the 14-meter. Price again with the ball to Horton. Horton looking to bring it in back to Sanders behind X. Sander brings it all the way up top, gets it to Bailey. Bailey takes it, reverses it over to back to the left side of the goal, but brings it back in. Tries to get a cutting Rabinol, who picks it up off the ground and slides it in past the keeper. So it's a 10-0 game with 7:57 left, as we are on a running clock always, except when the score. And because there's a 10-goal differential, here comes the replay. See Bathauer dish it down a little bit low. Rabinol picks it up off the turf, quickly gets a nice low on-stick side shot past the keeper. As we go to the draw with Kennedy. So in the girls' game, when the score is a 10-point differential, it is a running clock. It never stops unless it's a timeout called by the team or the officials. I think the Braves wanted to get this quickly to a 10-point differential so that they could bring the pace down a little bit and run the clock out quickly, as it's not a fun night to be playing lacrosse in this. It'd be one thing if it was 80 degrees and rainy, but tonight it's about 65 and rainy on the field, and it's just damp. Georgia Kennedy with the ball, gets it down to Price. Price brings it back around. I'm sorry, that's Horton with the ball. As the Braves are going to make some substitutions here. You're going to see Yamaguchi come off the field and coming in for the Braves is number 7, Allison McMillan, who's a sophomore. Sanders with the ground ball. So I think you're going to see Coach Post get some other players into this game, get her starters a little bit of a break, let them get warm. Rabinol with the ball as she dodges in, and she's going to bring it back out to Sanders. Sanders to Horton. Horton wide open by herself, dishes it in past the goalie. With 5:48 left here, the Braves go up 11-0. Here comes the replay of that lone goal by Horton. As she just wide open, runs down past her defender. I'm sorry, Rabinol. No, Rabinol pulls it out. I take that back. Here it comes. Nobody picking up Horton as she just runs right past the crease. So once again, the Braves take possession on the draw. Sarah Price taking that draw that time. Price with the ball again, getting it up top to number 3, Ava Bollinger. To Horton up top. To Rabinol. Rabinol taking a dodge, brings it back out to Sanders. You know, you got to like the future of this Braves women's lacrosse team, as they have a very talented senior class, but they have a talented junior, sophomore, and they've got some talented freshmen that you're seeing out there tonight in Rabinol, who's been a scoring machine for the Braves this year. Braves maintain possession on that ground ball by Sanders, who gets it out to Horton, who gets it to Rabinol. Rabinol looking to dodge past her defender, and she's right into the center. She's going to pull it back out. As the whistle's blown, I think we're going to have a sphere violation, so it'll be a free space shot for Rabinol, who's going to probably get another goal. She's been able to beat this goalie all night long. And it's another score for Rabinol. Here comes the replay for you folks. Rabinol, as a freshman, has a lot of power behind that shot. She's only going to get stronger as the years go. Look for her to make All-State many, many times in her high school career. Bailey's back at the draw, pops that ball up. Number 19 for the Braves, one of the JVs that's come up. Rabinol with the ball again. Rabinol out to Ava Bollinger, who brings it behind the cage at X. Gets it out to Bathauer, to Rabinol up top. And I think you're just going to see the Braves for the last 2 minutes here just kind of move this ball around, not trying to put any pressure in the attack zone unless they get pressured. You'll see them move it quickly. Seven Hills standing in a zone, not really pressuring out on the ball at all, so the Braves are just going to burn this clock up. You may see them take one more shot here with 1:37 left, as we're on a running clock with 12-0. The Braves leading here in the first half on a rainy Friday night here at Tomahawk Stadium. Rabinol looking to dodge again. She gets past one. She dumps it off to Horton, who brings it around. Horton to Rabinol. Rabinol rockets it right past David Bollinger. And Seven Hills has got the ball, and they're going to give the possession on body contact there to, and you'll see Bathauer go back 5 yards. And Seven Hills is going to try to get a goal here in the first half, as the defense is seeing their first action of the night, as Seven Hills, number 8, Claire Stewart, brings it all the way down. She dodges through 3 people, loses control of the ball. Braves pick that ball up and turn it over quickly to Seven Hills, who get it back to Claire Stewart. Claire Stewart playing against Horton. Horton quickly. Claire Stewart gets through 2 defenders but drops the ball again, gets it up. Allie Locke picks that ball up. So it's the first action the Braves have seen on the defensive end of their field all night long. With 45 seconds left, the Braves successfully stop them as as time will end with Ali Locke holding on to that ball to get the buzzer. So, folks, here in the first half, the Braves lead the Stingers 12-0 on this second round of the playoffs. I'm Rob Young at Tomahawk Stadium, bringing you live action tonight. We're going to take a short break here for halftime. I am by myself, so doing any color commentary by myself would just be me talking to myself. I don't think you folks want to hear that. I'll be back at the beginning of the second half with a little breakdown on the stats, and we'll talk to you soon.
The Indian Hill Television Network produces coverage of many of the school sporting events, so be sure to catch all the boys and girls action on this community access channel. For playback times in your area, call the ICRC at 772-4272 or visit their website at www.icrctv.com.
Young here at Tomahawk Stadium on a rainy Friday night for the second round of the Ohio State Women's Lacrosse Playoff, where the Indian Hill Braves lead the Seven Hills Stingers 12-0. So we'll have a running clock here in the second half with 24 minutes to go till the end of game time, as the Braves again are leading 12-0. A little bit of stats for you. Catherine Sanders had 2 goals. Lily Lance had 2 goals. Sarah Price with 1. Robin Schumacher with 1. Rihanna Horton with 1. Ellie Ravenel leading the Braves with 3. And Bailey Bathauer with 2. Our defense saw no action until the last 45 seconds of the half, where Allie Schumacher technically got a save to keep this as a 12-0 game. Taking the draw for the Braves is Bailey again. This time the Stingers get their first possession of the second half and quickly turn it over as the Braves will have possession with that high stick. Sanders quickly moving it up to Ravenel. Ravenel quickly coming down the field into the attack zone, dishes it down to number 12, Sarah Price, in the game. Sarah Price, being closely guarded, gets it over to number 3, Ava Bollinger. Bollinger out to number 18, Horton. As she takes it down the left-hand side here, dishing it off to Price, who gives it to Sanders, who bobbles it but picks it up. So the Braves are going to try to control this clock, as we have already burned up a minute here. I don't think you're going to see the Braves put a lot of pressure on the attack zone here, other than move the ball around a lot outside. Seven Hills seems to be doing a one-man press out, as the Braves are quickly moving the ball around. Number 19 for the Braves is Reagan Wentz, a freshman, I believe. Price with the ball. And the Braves are going to be content just moving this ball around the outside of the attack zone. You'll see they haven't really penetrated past the 14-meter mark, other than taking it behind goal line extended. If the Stingers want to get in this game, they're going to have to press out on their defense here. But every time they do, Ravenel's a dangerous dodger. Ravenel with the ball up top as somebody presses out. And with a 12-0 lead, the Braves want to get out of this game injury-free and mistake-free, as that ball is quickly dropped by number 3, Ava Bollinger. And it's a fight for the ball. Bollinger knocks it over to Price, who gets the ground ball and is going to quickly bring it back down behind goal line extended. Another bad pass, and this is going to go out of bounds and be Stingers' ball, as the Stingers will get another opportunity to clear the ball. So a little bit of sloppy play here at the beginning of the second half, as there's been a couple turnovers by the Braves already that Seven Hills has not been able to capitalize on. You'll see the Braves are riding hard as they force the goalie to bring it up to the middle of the field, and they quickly dump it off. It's number 25 for Seven Hills, CC Raw, who drops the ball, and it's picked up by none other than Ellie Ravenel, who dishes it off to Price. Price bobbles the ball, fighting for possession, continues to keep it, brings it down past goal line extended, dumps it off to the senior captain, Catherine Sanders. Sanders out to Wentz. Wentz to Bathauer. Bathauer to Horton. Horton to Ravenel. Ravenel's going to keep it out there past about the 25-yard line, and they're just going to keep moving this ball around. Seven Hills is going to have to force the Braves to play offense if they stand any chance of getting back into this game. But they seem to be pretty content to just playing a very soft defensive line there at about the 20-yard line and letting the Indian Hill Braves just kind of keep it up top there. Bothauer with the ball as she takes it down to the right side. She's looking to take it down to Wentz. Wentz brings it back up top to ball's on the ground. Sanders keeps control. Goal line extended to Ravenel. It's a bad pass, and like I said earlier in this game, one of the things we'll see tonight as this game progresses, you'll see the sticks get a little sloppy as the weather is very sloppy tonight. Those leathers on those sticks get slick, and it becomes harder and harder to control the ball. Great defense by Ravenel, who knocks the ball away from Seven Hills, and she steps out of bounds and gives the ball to Seven Hills. Ravenel coming back out on defense, causes another bobble, picks up the ground ball. Not only does she do it offensively, but she does it in the defensive zone as well. She's going to be a fun gal to watch as this team matures. She's only a freshman, folks. She's leading the team in scoring tonight with 3 goals. She probably has a couple of assists. I didn't write those down, but she has been all over the offensive end of this field all night long. Ball out to Bothauer at about the 25-yard line. Dumps it into Bollinger. Bollinger to Ravenel. Ravenel gets it back up top to Horton. Horton's just running across the field by herself as they bring in a sub for Bothauer. It looks like it's number 8. Kate Yamaguchi. Ravenel with the ball. You press her, she's going to dodge, and she's going to bring it back out to the freshman Wentz. So a freshman to a freshman. One of the things I like about the way Ravenel plays, she plays with a lot of maturity as a freshman. She's seen a lot of playing time this year, but she is going to not only be a superstar of a player, but I think she's going to make a great leader for this team in the years to come. Ravenel with the ball. Give a big shout out to Steve Tranter, who's watching this game at home live on the web. I'm Rob Young, televising on the IHTN Channel 1 on YouTube from Tomahawk Stadium. Mr. Trainer, your 8th grade students really wish you would have made it back for the end of the year. They're hoping you nothing but great success as you heal from your injuries, and look forward to seeing you out on the field sometime soon. 37 in for the Braves is Morgan Yamaguchi, the sister of Kate Yamaguchi, who's also a freshman. So a couple freshmen out there on the field right now. You got number 27 out on the field for the Braves, another Lexi Mogenham. Number 37 to Kennedy. Kennedy to 27. And Seven Hills going to try to get this ground ball as there is a collision on the field. It'll be awarded to the Braves. As a loose ball push. So you notice in the penalties that the offender of the penalty lines up 5 yards behind the person awarded the possession. Everybody else holds their position. That's Blair Hassett with the ball for the Braves, a sophomore. So the Braves have some of their JV players that have been pulled up for this playoff run out on the field right now to get them some playing experience. A great call by Coach Post. Let them have an opportunity to run the offense as they're going to run the arrow, and here comes number 36, who scores on the arrow, Nina Price, freshman of Sarah Price, another freshman. So the freshman Price gets a goal. I think we'll get a replay of that for you. as the Braves go up 13-0 on a running clock. Let them have an opportunity to run the offense as they're going to run the left side of the goal. Quickly puts it down low, stick side, right past the keeper. Taking the draw for the Braves is, looks like Sarah Price. No, it was Georgia Kennedy. Lexi tries to dump the ball to number 12, Sarah Price, who quickly gets the ground ball. Out to number 19, Wentz. Seven Hills gets the turnover, quickly bringing it up the field for the Stingers is number 26. And it's a fight for a ball on the defensive end here for the Braves as they come up with the possession. Bringing it up the field for the Braves is number 22. Beatrice Fries. Price behind the cage for the Braves, gets it to number 13 by Robertson. Robertson to Yamaguchi, that's the younger Yamaguchi. To Lexi Magaham. Number 10 for the Braves, Stephanie Trainer. Who gets called for the stick check, and it'll be blue ball. So folks, the rain is not stopping here. It's actually picked up for us. These sticks are getting sloppy as the Braves ride hard, and they're going to get called for a push. That's number 27, Lexi Magenham, on the call. As the Stingers try to get it into their offensive end, and they successfully get it into their attack zone as they come up the field. Number 25, CC Raw. Raw tries to dish it to number 17, and the Braves are going to get called for a stick check there. Unlike the boys' game, they are allowed to check sticks here, but it's very limited. So if it's anywhere in the sphere, it's going to be called. And that's a turnover on the Stingers as the Braves will retain possession. So the Braves are going to try to get it out of their defensive end here, and they quickly drop the ball. That's number 33 for the Braves, Wesley Osball, who retains the possession but drops it again. So the Braves lose possession again, and Seven Hills is coming into their attack zone, trying to get a score on the board here so they're not shut out as they drop the ball. That's Wesley Osball trying to pick up the ball. The girls play on the black lines here at Tomahawk Stadium, if you were wondering why that was not called out of bounds. As some of the fans in the stand wondered why it wasn't an out-of-bounds call. Locke's going to see a shot here. Can she make another? That's wide to the left. And the Stingers will retain possession of the ball. I'm sorry, that is not Locke in the cage, I don't believe. That's Emily Anderson in the goal for the Braves. So Locke is taking a break for the rest of the night, it looks like, as they bring in Emily Anderson to fill in, and she does a great job leading this defense to keep it still a 13-0 game with 10:46 here left in the second half. So as the Braves look to successfully be able to move on in the playoffs here, they will be facing the winner on the other side of the bracket. As the Braves are trying to get possession back here. Ball's on the ground, but Seven Hills continues to maintain possession. So Seven Hills is going to try to set up their offense. If you're Seven Hills, you're happy that you're in the second round of the playoffs, but you do not want to be shut out. You want to end this season on a positive note, playing against a very tough Braves team. It's a save by Anderson. So Anderson gets a save here in a state playoff game as a sophomore, as the Braves clear it out of their defensive end into their attack zone, as Price brings the ball up to the 14-meter, dishes it off. That ball's bobbled a little bit by the Braves, but they will retain possession. Braves will have the restart here. Number 37 for the Braves is Morgan Yamaguchi, the younger Yamaguchi, who is a freshman. So again, the Braves are playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores now, getting them some playoff experience. So if they are needed later in the playoffs, they're available and have experience. As again, the Braves are not going to go on the attack here at all. They're just going to kind of move this ball around. There's no reason to put more shots on the board unless they're easy and given to you. So Indian Hill will play the winner of the Seton Kings game that's going on right now. That game will be played on Monday, the 23rd, here at Tomahawk Stadium. You know, Seven Hills has kind of just settled in on their defense. They're not playing a very tight defense. Another shot, but another save by the Seven Hills keeper, as Seven Hills is going to get another opportunity here to bring it up into their offensive end. They get it out to, and the Braves are going to get called for space violation. That call is on number 19 for the Braves, Reagan Wentz. Number 25 for the Braves, Gretchen Leschek, trying to get possession back as Seven Hills brings it into their offensive end. That play, that space call was called against Lily Lance that time. I'm sorry, no, it was not. It was called against Stephanie Trainer. Trainer's playing tough defense, and she gets called again. This time it'll be a free possession. Nope, it's not a free possession. Seven Hills is going to get a shot off here. Nope, they don't get it off. The Braves defense shuts them down. 39 for the Braves. Yasmin Shaban leading this defense. She's a senior defenseman. Now we're going to have a flag. Trainer with a yellow flag. This will be a free possession for Seven Hills. So can the sophomore keeper, Emily Anderson, keep this a 0 shutout game? And that bounces high. It's still Seven Hills ball, but the Braves dodge a free space shot by the Stingers, as I think this is the longest the Stingers have held. Another wide shot by the Stingers. And one of the things that you'll notice different about the Braves and the Stingers, the Braves players, when they shoot with velocity and are shooting with snapping their wrist, where the Stingers tend to be pushing the ball, which gives it very little velocity and tends to shoot it wide or high. So Seven Hills trying to set up an offense here, gets past, and we're going to get called for another. It's a shot and a save by the keeper. Another free space penalty for the Stingers. Can we keep this a shutout? Emily Anderson in cage for the Braves. And she makes, nope, she makes a great effort at stopping that ball, but it just kind of bounces off the turf. Here comes the replay. You'll see Anderson actually makes this stop, but off the spin of the ball, it rolls in underneath her stick. So we're 13-1 with 4:29 left here to go. As you've noticed, this second half has gone much faster than the first half, as the Braves Stewart's facing off against Kennedy. Braves are going to get offensive possession here as Vi Robertson brings it into the offensive attack zone, getting it down to goal line extended, back out to Vi Robertson. Bryce with another goal. Beautiful, beautiful ball movement by the Braves as they go up 14-1 here with 3:30 left. So a rough night for the Stingers. Here comes the replay of Price's goal. Looks like we're not going to have that for you folks as we go to the draw with Kennedy and Stewart again. Braves take control as Vi Robertson brings it back up into the attack zone. Braves are going to, again, just look at winding this clock out as they keep the ball outside. Seven Hills now finally trying to put some pressure on the ball holder, who's Kennedy here, who gets it over to Robertson. But I don't think you're going to see the Braves intentionally try to press this ball into the attack zone past the 14-meter. They're just going to, well, they're going to let Vi Robertson get a goal here tonight as she pulls it back out. And that's going to be another score for the Braves. It's number 19, Reagan Wentz with a goal. So it looks like the Braves are, if they're going to score, they're going to try to get it to somebody that hasn't scored. Vi Robertson hasn't scored tonight. Reagan Wentz hadn't scored until that, off a great assist by Vi Robertson. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. Here it comes. You'll see that ball. as she comes in here. Reagan Wentz past two defenders and quickly puts it low and off stick side. So we're back, and the Braves quickly get it again as the rain comes down even harder. We're under a minute left here as the Braves are leading the Stingers 15-1 here in the second round of the Ohio High School Women's Lacrosse Playoffs. The Braves come into this as the second-rated team in Division II in all the state. They actually, if you compare them to all the Division I schools also, they come in as the seventh-ranked team in the state, looking to make a repeat appearance at the state championship later this month, hopefully. This is a great coach team by Coach Post, great win by her team, as they're going to burn this clock up and just look to take the win home and get the girls out of the rain. A little errant pass there, but quickly picked up by Price. Price throws it. Can the Braves keep it in bounds? They do. The Braves are trying to move the ball around and have made some bad passes. But this game ends. The Braves win this game 15-1 on a rainy Friday night and advance to the third round of the state playoffs. They'll either face Kings, and I can't remember who the other team was, but it's most likely going to be Kings. Kings is the favored team in the other game happening on this side of the bracket tonight. That game will happen here at Tomahawk Stadium on Monday night. Go to the Indian Hill ihbraves.org website to find out that schedule when it gets posted. That should be posted by tonight. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, the Braves will be taking on the Franklin lacrosse men's team in the second round of the state playoffs. So come out to Tomahawk Stadium tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock to see the men play. I'm Rob Young in the booth. Thanks to all our sponsors and all our crew tonight, as the women take home another win to this storied season. And we should have our credits rolling here shortly. So this girls lacrosse varsity game was brought to you by executive producer Dennis Dobbs, director Zachary Young, graphics by Mark Calloway, camera operators AJ West, Eli Chandler. I'm Rob Young, your announcer. Special thanks out to Steve Ginn and the Indian Hill Television Network. This has been broadcast live to you on YouTube, channel IHTN1. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you here tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock for the men's game against Franklin.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.